how do you actually start a straight truck business and how do you make money from day one? So in today's conversation, I wanted to lay out the foundation for a strategy that will allow you to have to raise at least $250,000 to generate revenue all the way to $250,000 the first year. Okay. And there are a few things you need to do. Obviously, your geography, your state, city, and county will play an important role as to whether or not you could generate $250,000. But I want to share with you the overview I want you to pay attention to. So the first thing I want you to really pay attention to here is the business plan. If you want to really have a straight truck business that's profitable from day one, you got to have a solid business plan. We're talking about, first of all, you got to look at your target market. What kind of loads you want to haul? Are you going for retailer loads? Are you going for B2B loads? Are you going for B2C loads? Are you going for C2C loads? What kind of loads you want to go for? And within the load category, what's the nature of the loads you want to haul? Do you want to go for reefer? Do you want to go for perishables? Do you want to go for, do you want to do medical courier? Do you want to do medical loads? And you want to do OTR? Do you want to do state to states? So those are really important. If you want to do, for instance, you want to do on the road loads like OTR loads, then you really have to think about that in your business plan. Also, you have to pay attention to what kind of positioning you want to have for your box truck, right? We're talking here about things like first mile, middle mile, and last mile. So this is really important. So you want to have a business plan because it's going to help you clarify where you're going. The next thing you want to do if you're trying to have a profitable straight truck business from day one is to think about the legal structure of the business. So we're talking here about what kind of what kind of business you want to have. You want to have an LLC, you want to have an LLP, an S corporation, a C corporation. So LLC, limited. So you want to have limited liability company, or you want to have a partnership. So you got to really pay attention to that. Okay. So selecting the right legal structure is really fundamental for your straight truck business, because there will be other things I'll be talking about later on that will impact your profitability potential. So this is really important. So when we talk about, for instance, when we talk about LLC, you are able to basically limit your liability and preserve your personal assets, which you should do anyway. And this will also help you get your EIN, which you will need anyway to open a business bank account and to also get business funding. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. If you want to have a profitable straight truck business, you need to think about insurance, because see, the thing is that you can have all kinds of loads, but the thing is that whether you go on load boards or you go through freight dispatcher networks, or you go through freight brokers, they will ask you for some insurance requirements. Okay. And the thing is that insurance is important because, this is the stuff that safeguards your assets, ensures compliance, and minimizes financial risks effectively. So this is kind of important because this instills confidence in clients, making your business more attractive to a potential customer. Okay. And so the thing is, when we talk about insurance, we're also talking about you insuring the drivers. If you have a fleet of street truck business, a fleet of street trucks, then you want to insure all the drivers who are working for you. Okay. And also now let's talk about financing. This is an important element. I was talking about earlier that if you have an LLC, or if you have a legit business, you're going to have to think about how to, first of all, you're going to have to think about your EIN, your employer identification number. You're going to also think about whether or not how you want to finance the business. How do you want to acquire the straight trucks that will be pivotal in your straight truck business? Do you want to lease them? Do you want to finance them? And if you want to lease them, where would you find the leasing agency? If you want to finance them, do you want to go through a regular bank, or do you want to go through an online lender, or do you want to go through an alternative lender such as Kalamata Group or Balboa Capital, for instance? Okay, so those are things you need to think about. Now, when we talk about finances, we're not just talking about funding. We're talking also about building business credit. You will need business credit. So this is where having an EIN will help you, but you also need to register you need to register your straight truck business with a company called Dun & Bradstreet, D&B. So D&B will issue you what they call a DUNS number, DUNS, and this is basically this allows you to start building credit, which you will need anyway for your straight truck business to be successful. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to actually have a straight truck business that makes money from day one. We are targeting here $250,000 in the first year. Okay. The next thing I want you to think about is truck acquisition. Obviously, we're talking about straight truck business, so we need to think about truck acquisition. I think I was alluding to it earlier. So you're gonna have to think about how you want to play the game. Are you going to buy a truck outright, or are you going to lease it? So when we talk about, this has several implications. If you want to buy it, then you have to think about, are you paying for it upfront, or are you getting a loan? And if you're thinking about getting a loan, do you have great business credit and or personal credit? Okay, and the thing here is that if you are a multi-member LLC, for instance, you have several members in the LLC. You're not the only one, so you can actually rely on, if you have bad credit, if you happen to have bad credit, for example, you can rely on the good credit, hopefully the good credit of the other members. Okay, so you got to also think about whether you want to acquire the truck using EIN only, and if you are willing, all the members of the LLC are willing to give a personal guarantee. And also, so that's for funding. Now, if you want to lease, then also you have to think about whether or not you can find a dealership or find an organization that can lease you a straight truck that actually is great for the kind of business you want to run. Then you want to also think about licensing and permits. So when we talk about straight truck business profitability, we're thinking about compliance with the law, right? And compliance with the law at the state level, but also at the federal level. So you're talking here about all kinds of requirements, all kinds of licenses and permits. Well, what you want to do is you first want to make sure that you abide by the laws at the state level, and then you can really see if there are certain things you need to do at the federal level. Just for starters, if you are going to cross state lines, you need authority. You need to have an MC number. So you need authority, and you need to also have you need to contact the FMCSA to sort of see what kind of requirements you need to comply with. This is really important, because if you were ever caught in miscompliance, the fines and penalties could be really, really detrimental. Next, you want to also think about driver recruitment. So when we talk about driver recruitment, this is an important element when it comes to your straight truck business profitability, especially if you are going for $250,000 the first year. Now, going for $250,000, this will be tough if you are driving by yourself, unless you have you have sheer luck. Now, you have good loads, you have good profitable loads that are crazy. And usually what we have seen is that if you want to reach $250,000 the first year in revenue, you need to have 2 or 3 straight trucks. So that means you're going to have to hire drivers. When we talk about hiring drivers, then you have to really pay attention to a lot of things. First of all, you want to have skilled and reliable drivers, but also you want to think about what kind of schedules you are going to put in place for those drivers, right? So basically, the cool thing is driver recruitment is cool because you are able to identify candidates who are a good fit for your company culture. You are able to actually make sure that you can provide on-time deliveries, enhancing customer satisfaction. But this can be costly, involving advertising, screening, and training expenses. And this may be challenging also to find and retain qualified drivers. Okay, so you got to really think about what really works for you, and you're going to also think about conducting in-depth interview to evaluate skills, experience, and fit. So those are things you also have to think about. The federal and state regulations. So the drivers you're going to hire, are they in compliance with federal and state laws? If they're not, what would it cost to bring them to compliance? Like if you find some candidates that are really good, and if they are really good and you want to bring them to compliance, you might need to spend some money. So, but you are a startup, you are a straight truck business startup, which means you haven't started operating yet. Do you have the cash? Where would you find the cash to really bring those potential drivers to compliance? So those are things you need to think about, and it really depends on your budget. Depends on your willingness to onboard those drivers. If obviously the driver is really good. Some drivers are really good. They are really experienced. They're really competent. They're really they bring value to your street truck business. And if you want to have a fleet of trucks, then go ahead and hire them. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about straight truck business, and I'm just going through the list of things you need to do if you're trying to have $250,000 in revenue the first year. I want to talk to you about safety and compliance. This is another element here, and safety and compliance has nothing to do with licensing and permits. Because safety and compliance, safety is an ongoing thing, and licensing is maybe a one-time thing or a quarterly thing or a yearly thing. But safety has to be part of your street truck business practices all the time. So strict adherence to safety and compliance ensures that you are actually not only in compliance with state and federal laws, but you also are you take care of your business. Okay. And this also measures this also ensures the legal operation of your street truck business, but also enhances the safety of your team and the public. Okay, so basically, if you have best practices, this will reduce the risk of accidents and costly liabilities. Those practices demonstrate a strong commitment to safety, and they do contribute to higher driver retention rates, reducing turnover cost. That's something you need to really pay attention to. But the thing is, when we talk about safety and compliance, as I said, this is a continuing thing. It requires continuous monitoring and adjustments, and may impose operational restrictions or route changes. So you got to really think about what really is applicable to your specific niche, if you will. So things like you want to make sure your drivers have a valid CDL, so commercial driver's license. You need to establish a rigorous maintenance schedule, including regular inspection, all changes, and brake checks. Those are really important elements. You need to conduct mandatory drug and alcohol testing for drivers as required by federal and state regulations. And you need to also provide safety training for drivers, like defensive driving, hazard awareness, and emergency procedures. And so hazard awareness is really important, especially if your drivers are going to load or are going to haul, if you will, hazmat loads. So if you're interested in hazmat, of course, you're making a lot of money. You can generate revenue real quick, but hazmat has implications when it comes to regulatory compliance. You also got to think about marketing and branding. So the thing is that if you want to have a profitable straight truck business, and you want to really, and you're targeting $250,000 the first year, you got to think about marketing and branding across the board. So when we talk about marketing and branding, we're not just talking about you having an account on Google My Business, which you should anyway, but it goes way more than that. It means that you have a presence on social media. So you are talking about having a presence on Facebook to start with, X, now Twitter, now X. You have also Instagram. You can try TikTok, and you can try also Pinterest. The bottom line here is that you need to be present. You need to be present socially, and folks have to know you. You don't have to spend money on trying to really bring influencers, quote unquote influencers, on board, but you can try to have a presence, and you drive traffic from and to your social media platforms. And you can also think about advertising. If you have the cash for it, you can think about advertising, and you can advertise on Facebook. You can advertise on other platforms that you believe your target audience visits, right? Because the thing is that if you choose a platform, there has to be synchronicity. There has to be harmony between the platform's visitors and your ideal target audience. Because it wouldn't make sense for you to actually spend money on a platform that doesn't really appeal to your target audience. You'll be just putting money on the table, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. So when we talk about effective marketing and branding, those actually can set your straight truck business apart in a competitive industry. For example, they can boost your business's visibility. They will help you offer competitive advantage, help you reach a wider audience. This is really good. Now, the cons here, the detriments, the drawbacks of this practice is that you got to be aware that if your goal is to actually put your straight truck business in the limelight, this practice can be expensive. it can be challenging also, requiring creativity and differentiations. But the good thing is, branding and marketing ensures consistency across all marketing materials and platforms. You are able to develop a professional website that showcases your services, contact information, and customer testimonials. And you can implement an email marketing strategy to stay in touch with customers if that's really necessary. So basically, I want to finish with customer contract. The thing here is that when we talk about customer contract, we're talking about your ability to really pamper your customer, right? Customers, you have to pamper your customers. It's not just about they giving you business. It's about looking at the customer and saying, you know what, the customer is the king or queen of my business. If you have a straight truck business, and you need to really pay attention to loyalty, customer customer retention should be pretty important for you. This is the only way you are going to have a steady source of revenue, enhancing financial predictability for your straight truck business. And the thing is, you are able to foster customer loyalty, reducing the need for ongoing marketing and sales efforts. You're able to plan your routes, scheduling, and resource allocation with more certainty. This is really important to have a good base of clientele. And the thing also is that you need to understand, at the end of the day, if you want to survive in this industry, you got to have a clear idea of how you position yourself. This is really important. And so when we talk about the customer contracts in general, we're talking about your ability to connect with customers at various levels. Okay, this is really important. But we're not just talking about one customer, if you will. We're talking about multiple customers. Okay, and you're able to negotiate contracts with clients. You're able to make sure that those contracts are in your favor. Really, really important. So overall, when we talk about the straight truck business, you got to really think about like a couple of things. But the bottom line here is that if you start early, if you watch out for certain things, if you pay attention to some of the most important elements in this business, you are able to actually you'll be able to come out as a winner real fast. Because there are a few things you can make money from, but there are a few things also you need to watch out for. For example, regulatory compliance, safety, cost management, driver retention, customer satisfaction, vehicle maintenance, financial health, market trends, technology integration. So this is really important. But the way you actually are able to navigate the whole thing, you want to define goals, you want to prioritize tasks, you want to improve your communication skills, you want to stay up to date with technology. You want to prioritize your physical and mental health. You want to cultivate your creative thinking skills, and you want to strive for a healthy work-life balance, which you should have anyway. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about the straight truck business, how to actually have a profitable straight truck business from day one. And we're talking about how to get like close to $250,000. So you got to think about the business plan, legal structure, insurance, finances, truck acquisition, licensing and permits, driver recruitment, safety and compliance, marketing and branding, and customer contracts. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll talk to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.